As a prime example of the title Teenage Convicts Showing No Remorse in Court, T.J. Lane instigated the horrific Chardon High School shooting on February 27, 2012. By his demeanor in court, it was clear that he did not regret his actions when randomly killing 3 students and injuring 3 more with a handgun. Despite being tried for 3 counts of murder, T.J. baffled the jury with his defense. He even went as far as wearing a shirt reading "Killer" during the trial and treating the whole ordeal as a joke by smiling, cussing the court out, and flipping off the victims' families, knowing he was going to lose the case.
Cold-blooded murder. Cold-blooded murder, young man.
Michael's troubled story began early as he struggled to sleep, socialize, and control his impulses from day one. His mother even confessed to his regular acts of aggression towards her, and he even attacked another child at daycare. By the age of 11, his psychiatrist declared him a lost cause. At 17, he randomly murdered 2 Iowa mothers, Sherry Ann Ayers and Vicki Bowman Hall. Given Michael's lifelong mental state, his actions were predictably devoid of remorse. During his trial, he continually smirked and laughed. Michael is another example of a teenage convict showing no remorse in court. Dante Wright is one of the 3 teenage convicts charged with the murder of Jordan Klee, whose body was found in a pathway near Pine Lake Village on Ann Arbor's west side. According to court records, Wright, Jamarius Ellison, and Del Reno Gracie attempted to steal controlled substances, clothes, and shoes from Klee, but he resisted their attack. In the struggle, Wright shot Klee in the back of the head, ending his promising life. Klee's mother made a statement expressing her extreme distress. However, Wright showed no remorse for his actions in court, adding to the tragedy of the case.
Jordan Michael Klee, born July 26, 1998. Murdered October 4, 2016, at 18 years old.
Watch as Dante smirks and smiles while the statements are read.
My friend. More than that, I've lost laughter and love. I no longer have the hope of having grandchildren. I've lost the enjoyment of holidays and birthdays and of everyday life.
Dante Wright then delivers his own statement to the court. He seems to have little thought for anyone or anything.
Be home soon, R.I.P. Keon, I love my family.
Dante, however, did himself no favors with the judge who looked down on the defendant's actions in court and almost pulled his entire plea deal.
By the parties, but watching you sit there and smile and laugh and shake your head like this was no big deal, I'm very tempted to just say, I'm not going to accept this sentence agreement. We'll go to trial, and if you're convicted of felony murder, you'll go to prison for the rest of your life. That means you'll die there. That's what I'm tempted to do.
We don't think that anyone is buying that. Given his reactions, it's probably a good thing that Dante received a 25 to 52-year sentence. Someone with this little remorse is sure to strike again if given the opportunity. Wright and his attorney approached the podium.
Hey, y'all. I'll be home soon, R.I.P. Keon, I love my family.
That's all you got to say.
The teenage convict, despite the chance to express regret for his crimes, refused to do so in court. Although the judge could have rejected the plea deal, they accepted it, resulting in the convict being sentenced to 25 to 52 years in prison. However, the prosecution now faces the decision of whether or not to dismiss the agreement and proceed to trial, as the teenage convict continues to exhibit no signs of remorse while in court. Shondell Jackson was just 19 when he was found guilty of first-degree intentional homicide and robbery in the case of 21-year-old University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee student Nathan Potter. Potter was walking home when Jackson and 20-year-old Derek Thomas attempted to rob him, but Potter wasn't carrying any money. In a fit of rage, Jackson shot Potter, leading to his death. Jackson showed no remorse or sorrow and even smiled. He was convicted of first-degree intentional homicide and robbery and sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole. Jackson has already served 12 years in jail, but at 31 years old, he shows no sign of remorse for his heinous crime.
You have 3 warrants for armed robbery and 1 warrant for felony murder.
Frenecha, Khalil, and Nicholas were in court, facing charges for their involvement in the murder of William Tunches. During the reading of their charges, Frenecha's eyes widened and she shook her head in confusion and shock. Khalil also appeared confused by his second armed robbery charge, while Nicholas remained stoic and expressionless, showing no signs of remorse for their actions. Antonio Rodriguez, 18, was on parole when he robbed, kidnapped, and sexually assaulted a 25-year-old woman in Martin Luther King Jr. Park, dragging her 105 feet into a bathroom. It was reported that he had a history of violence, but this was his first arrest for sexual assault. After DNA evidence linked him to the crime, Rodriguez was arrested on May 4, 2012 for the March 2012 incident. During his trial, the Kern County District Attorney noted that Rodriguez remained quiet. However, when the judge sentenced him to 25 years to life, Rodriguez's demeanor changed. He spoke to the judge with tears in his eyes, uttering profanity and calling the ruling unfair. He was reluctantly obliged to take a seat after the trial. Antonio Rodriguez's outburst during his sentencing showed no remorse for his heinous crime.
That's all you do is throw people away like that.
Mr. Rodriguez, down.
In the courtroom, Anthony Rodriguez's family was visibly upset with the outcome of the sentencing.
He don't deserve life. He don't. There's something. I believe there's something wrong that they shouldn't have gave him this. There's something wrong that, about things they didn't bring out in court.
His mother expressed that she believed her son did not deserve life in prison and that the judge made a mistake in issuing such a severe sentence. Meanwhile, another suspect, Mike Zarate, was also arrested for the same sexual assault crime. He spent 35 days in jail until DNA evidence cleared him.